Jordan.
Music, but we have a happy
This father and son duo came from North Carolina to see tonight's game. Diego is a Warrior fan. Dad, not so much.
We're getting along so far because everything's going my way. Too big, too strong. We really need the crowd behind us. That's why I'm here, to give us that extra boost and get us over the hump. Take total control tonight.
We're coming back tonight. We're going to tie it up 2-2, go back to Golden State, then 3-2, and then we're going to control the series.
This is former Chicago Bear Desmond Clark. And y'all hear me on many podcasts, but when y'all hear me on Pick'em Pros, y'all know it's all about family. This ain't just business.
Tavares Jordan.
I pick 'em like a pro, global trying ball, talking pick and roll. We gon' up the score, touchdown, this is not field goal. We the winning team, champions when you walk through the halls. You can place your bet with us, cause you know we gon' win them all. I pick 'em like a pro, global trying ball, talking pick and roll. We gon' up the score, touchdown, this is not field goal. We the winning team, champions when you walk through the halls. You can place your bet with us, cause you know we gon' win them all. Yeah, this is a major play. We do it big in a major way. Diego be having the pick of the day. Here we come, don't care if you ready. We them boys, the gold is heavy. Top picks like cheese, no shredded. Number one is where we headed. I'm a grizzly and bear like Desmond. I'm a Steeler, no saint, no reverend. Making plays is our profession. Do it big, it's now or never. I got game like I'm moving clever. We be reaching all different levels. Never breaking, we hitting the pedal. Right on time, we ride on schedule. I pick 'em like a pro, global trying ball, talking pick and roll. We gon' up the score, touchdown, this is not field goal. We the winning team, champions when you walk through the halls. You can place your bet with us, cause you know we gon' win them all. I pick 'em like a pro, global trying ball, talking pick and roll. We gon' up the score, touchdown, this is not field goal. We the winning team, champions when you walk through the halls. You can place your bet with us, cause you know we gon' win them all. Yeah. Come join the winning team. Winner circle. Pick 'em pros.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You know who it is. I am Derek Thompson.
I'm Diego Thompson.
I'm Christopher Davis.
And who are we?
The Pick'em Pros.
We are the Pick'em Pros coming back at you in the house with another episode of Who You Got? Father-son dynamic duo. Got my main man, Chris, in the building. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Excited for this holiday season. All of these great football games, college football, NFL. Really excited for these next few days.
Yeah, man. Excited for it. How you doing, Diego?
Doing good. You know, got Christmas break.
Yeah, I know you're excited.
A lot of football, so doing good.
Yeah, man. We've got the riveting college football playoff game tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know who's playing?
We got a Notre Dame and Indiana.
Oh, okay. That's impressive. Well, hey, we've got a fire show for you today. We've got Brianna joining us once again. She's going to school us on who the best team in the NFC is right now. We're also going to dive into our all the picks this week. We have been battling the last few weeks. So Diego has won this season. He's won the season. So we give him that. And so we decided to start another challenge for our NFL picks. So we've had a competition. No, it's not just for me to win. It's just, to get Brianna involved. She's new to the show. Chris just came on board. So we wanted to let them get involved in our picks. You know what I mean? Okay. So you won the head-to-head battle for me. Now we've got Chris and Brianna here. So we want to have a little battle with them for 4 weeks. So we're halfway in. Okay. You two are in the lead right now. You're like 23-7. So congratulations to you. But you're on notice, okay? Because Brianna and myself are 3 games back and we're coming. Matter of fact, Chris, I think you had a big defeat last night, didn't you?
So I picked the Broncos over the Chargers mostly because I had a good reason. The Broncos were hot and the Chargers were falling apart the last few games. It was a very disturbing trend for them. And I thought I was right in the first half, and then like I fell asleep, and I woke up, and I was like, man, and I weirdly have Justin Herbert on my fantasy team, and he has 22 points. So Matthew Stafford, I need you to show up. So please do.
We're definitely trolling you on that. Well, let's get into the week 16. Let's preview this week here as we go. So Diego, I believe you were like me and picked that game correct last night.
Yeah,
the Broncos and Chargers. I believe you picked the Chargers, as I did. I think you may have copied me on that one. But tell us about that game, man. Why'd you pick the Chargers? A lot of people picked Broncos.
Picked the Chargers because they're at home. And they really needed that game to have the true tiebreaker over the Broncos.
Yeah,
and to get a little closer to the Chiefs. Well, even though the Chiefs clinched it, never mind. But still, just to help their playoff chance and try to clinch a spot.
Okay, all right, okay, yeah. Well, yeah, man. This was very clear to me. Again, you said Chargers at home and whatnot, but the Chargers have been so up and down this year. And coming off that loss, I knew that they were primed for a win, right? It was just the cycle. And then the Broncos won about 4 in a row. Everybody was high on the Broncos, getting a little too high on the Broncos. Yeah. So it was the perfect setup. Perfect setup there.
That would have been good. But,
the perfect setup game. Should have put a little something on it. But that's okay, because I did hear, the Bills. I did put a little something on the Bills game. You know what I mean? Because I saw that one coming from a mile away. This was my island game last week, and I snatched that one from you guys. It's interesting because I actually won last week. Even though we tied last week and we all went 12-4, I think I went from the tiebreaker from having that game. Y'all got to give that to me, right?
Yeah, we had the same record.
Yeah, same record.
We had the same
we ain't.
No, we're not giving it to you.
No, okay.
Celebrating ties.
Well,
that's not what we do over here. We celebrate winners. We win. That's what we do.
Well, all of my Buffalo Bill fans out there, we got a lot of new subscribers in Buffalo because they see how I'm repping for them, man. So, yeah, you know what I mean? Growing the channel.
Buffalo fans, you should be scared that this man right here is picking you a lot because whenever that happens, that team seems to lose.
Hey, man, I've been on it. I've said for weeks now they were the best team in the AFC, and I said for about a month that Josh Allen is the MVP, and now everybody else is just seeing that. It's becoming clear. I've been saying that. You know what I mean? Been saying that. But anyway, I'm not gonna beat you guys down with that too much. I'm gonna beat you guys down in some of these other topics that we'll get into later. Merry Christmas to y'all. And we're gonna give you a great fire show today. All right, so let's get into our no-brainers. All right, so we've got 11 no-brainers here. Diego, why don't you start us off with the first one? These are the games that we all agree on. We'll get to the island games and bring Bree on and talk about the games we disagree. But start with the first no-brainer.
Yeah, this one, Texans going into Kansas City to play the Chiefs. We all got the Chiefs in this one. They're at an Arrowhead at home. Even if Patrick Mahomes doesn't play, I'm going to pick them just because I don't like how the Texans have played this year. I just think like they haven't played that well against the good teams, and they haven't even had to play that well against the bad team. So I'm just sticking with Kansas City no matter what.
Okay, man, that seems like a shot at another shot at CJ.
Well, that's not just a shot at CJ. It definitely is, but it's a shot at the whole team, including CJ.
Okay.
It wasn't just CJ.
Wow. Okay. All right. Interesting. Let me see that comment there. Tell the truth, Diego. Funny. I saw that out of the corner of my eye. I had to check and see what that was. Erica, Texas, please be. Funny. Okay. All right. Chris, man.
I mean, it's
probably not much on this one.
Yeah, Chiefs and Arrowhead in December. It's this is starting to be the tune-up for the playoffs. They're gonna lock in. Mahomes is gonna do the whole warrior spirit. His ankle's gonna be magically be fine, and they're gonna do their thing. So Texans already clinched the playoffs, so they're already gonna be comfortable probably being a 4 seed. So I'm not even too worried about that.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, let's move on. Not much else to say on that one. Let's get to our second one here. Who we got in this one, Diego?
This one we got Giants traveling to the ATL to play the Falcons, and we got the Falcons. Michael Penix starting. This is the perfect game for to throw a quarterback in. They're playing the perfect team, so I think he's gonna play great, and they're gonna win.
That is a great point. Yeah, that's a great point.
Give them a
Yeah,
boost.
I'm just really excited to see Michael Penix's debut. Kirk Cousins has, left a lot to be desired, and the fact that they're paying him $92 million to sit on the bench is kind of crazy. But you know what? It's Atlanta, so they always do something crazy. So let's see how Michael Penix does, and I hope he balls out because I loved how he played at Washington. So I hope he has a great week this week.
Yeah. He was a beast at Washington, so
Yeah.
we'll see how they play. That'll be the only reason to watch somebody play against the Giants to see what he does there. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Next no-brainer.
Next one, we got the Lions traveling to Chicago to play the Bears. We all got Detroit in this one. Detroit's just a beast, and Chicago, they've lost 8 in a row, and I think the streak's going to continue.
My gosh.
So yeah, I don't believe in them. Don't believe in them at all.
Don't believe in them. Do you believe in Caleb Williams?
Yeah, he's not bad. He's not bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's solid.
I feel like Caleb, again, we've talked about it previously, is in the situation that Bryce was, where you had an inept coach, you didn't have a good coordinator, there was so much turmoil going on. They're still going to lose this game. I'm not going like Cape for like them all of a sudden be the Lions, but I do think that Caleb is, he's going to improve next year. They get a good coach, and we're going to see. But I feel like this is going to be hey, let's put on good tape. Like that's basically the testament for the rest of the Bears season.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Yeah, and the Lions are coming off a loss. As I again love the Lions. That's the hometown team. It's the fam right there. Shout out, much love to Detroit. But again, this is picks, not personal. And again, when you know something's going to happen, you have to call it how you know it's going to happen. So again, I knew the Bills were going to win that game. But with that being said, I know that the Lions are going to win this game. Coming off of that loss and going into Chicago, Caleb Williams will get his 9th loss in a row. But again, like we like to say here in Carolina, it's the O-line, it's the defense, it's the coach, it's the owner, it's the stadium, it's everything but him. So it's
our
not
quarterback has literally shown up, and we've literally lost like maybe three games because somebody else on our team screwed up royally. It was the defense versus the Chiefs. It was Chuba Hubbard versus the Bucks, and then it was Ariel again versus the Eagles. Now, did we get destroyed by the Cowboys? Absolutely. But the 3 games prior, Bryce, it's no longer Bryce's fault.
Caleb is like, I didn't hear anything about the O-line before the year. So.
Neither did I. Or the fact that he has three great wide receivers, and everybody. There's about like at least 20 teams in the NFL who would want that wide receiver room. All of a sudden, they can't play. Find it a little weird. Just saying. Yeah. Just saying.
Remember Des thought they had 3 amazing receivers.
Okay. Yeah. Did Des say that?
Yes, he did.
He
did. They had 3 amazing receivers.
Okay. So, but Caleb Williams is not a bust.
No.
Okay.
I think with our team, we've kind of proven like, hey, don't immediately, throw people out right before. Like we just gonna wait and see. I'm again gonna give him next year. I feel like with Bryce, again, it's gonna be like, hey, we gave him this year. He's shown improvement. Now he needs to build on this. So I think
Bryce is different. Bryce is just
Bryce is different. Yes, that is true. Yeah. About 5 inches shorter. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. We got an hour shows. We can't stay on that one too long. All right. Cleveland Browns. Here we go. I'll let you take my bad.
Yeah, Cleveland Browns traveling to Cincy to play the Bengals. We all got the Bengals. The Browns are no one cares about them anymore because Jameis is on the bench. So and the Bengals are fighting for a spot set. They should be pretty exciting at least. So we're all going with them because they're hungry and
Yeah, the Bengals have a very slim chance of making the playoffs, but a chance nonetheless. So I figure they're gonna try to come out and play their best football. Hopefully, if DTR lights up this defense, we got to have a serious conversation about the Bengals defensive coordinator and that whole system right there. Because there's no way that DTR should come in and light them up. I hope that the Bengals win this game, but knowing them is probably going to be a stressful nail biter to the end. So we'll see.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's another game I got right. Picking the Bengals last week. I think. Did you guys pick the Bengals last week? I don't think you did. That was probably just me.
Who did they play?
The Bengals? I can't remember. But I remember I got them right.
I'm pretty sure.
Wait.
They played Tennessee.
Yeah, they played Tennessee. Oh, yeah, I for sure picked that.
Oh, no, you know what? I'm thinking of the week before that when they played the Cowboys.
I picked them that week too.
No, I'm pretty sure I picked them.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll have to fact check. We'll have to check that. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. What we got?
Oh, boy. We got the Tennessee Titans going to Indianapolis to play the Colts. and we all have the Colts in this one. They're at home. Anthony Richardson has come back since his benching. He's played okay.
Yes.
So that's good. And even though he has thrown some picks, still playing good. And we're just going with them because I think Tennessee is just tanking.
Yeah.
I know, in complete agreement. Tennessee's a dumpster fire. Let's get to the next season for Tennessee as well. Another let's put on good tape so we don't get fired.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson trying to put on some good tape so they don't.
For sure.
Well, it looked like the Colts are trying to tank with the running back throwing the ball behind his back before he scored a touchdown.
I remember Jonathan Taylor in crazy conversations. That's all. Hey, saying he's the best running back in football. Okay, all right, and I think we can put those to bed. We can definitely put those to bed.
Although I do have a fantasy football championship due to my man Jonathan Taylor. So big shout out to Jonathan Taylor. I appreciate that championship. Yes, yeah. And we're gonna, speaking of fantasy, we are going to talk about fantasy football a little later because we have the Pick'em Pros Fantasy League that I happen to be in the Final Four of, and we have the trophy here on set.
I'm
not going to reveal it just right. You are?
I am.
You are? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Shocker. I didn't know that. All right. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. Let's hit the next game.
Next one, Rams going to New York to play the Jets. And we all got the Rams here. I mean, they need each win they can get. Yeah. And the Jets are just bad. They're just a dumpster fire. And, the Rams, they're a high-power offense looking for a win. So we're going with them.
Yeah.
As a person who has both Puka Nacua and Matthew Stafford on his fantasy team this week, hey, LA, if y'all don't win any games, if y'all don't ball out any game, I need y'all to ball out this one. Yeah. So please, turn out for me, y'all. So shout out to the Rams.
Yeah. Rams are a dangerous, very dangerous team in the NFC. So we will talk about them. Is anybody bold enough to have them as their top team in the NFC? We'll find out as we talk about that a little later today. All right. Hey, somebody might have them as their top team. Who knows? They're balling out.
I actually like the Rams.
They beat Buffalo.
I like that.
Okay, so if you're good enough to beat the Buffalo Bills, you're an amazing team.
Yes. Oh, who didn't the Raiders beat them? No, they didn't. They didn't.
No way. But the Raiders did beat the Ravens.
Oh, they did. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Stay quiet on that.
Moving on.
All right, Eagles going to DC to play the Commanders. We all got the Eagles. They beat them pretty bad in the first game, and their defense is going to be too much for Jaden because they sacked him, I think, 8 times in the first game. Yeah. So it should be if it's something similar, then Commanders aren't going to have a shot, and they're not going to be able to get Terry McLaurin the ball, and that's the only way that they can win.
Yeah. So Philly is peaking at the right time, and I also need to win a bet that I have season rushing yards with one of my friends. Ooh. So Saquon, do your thing, man. Let's have another game like you did the first time versus Washington, so I can put this to rest. So.
All right, yes. Let's fatten those pockets. We got to do that for sure. Yes. All right. So let's move on to the next one.
All right, next one we got the Vikings going to Seattle to play the Seahawks, and we all got Minnesota in this one. They're really good. It's 12-2. And they're still trying to stay there with Detroit. And Seattle, they coming off a loss. And Minnesota, they're just looking to get their wins. Going with them.
Yeah, I'm thinking Minnesota definitely wants to keep pace with Detroit. Because the only Week 18 matchup I'm really excited to see is them versus the Lions. Yes. To basically see who can win the division if the record still holds. So I definitely have Minnesota in this one.
I agree. Yeah, I came close to choosing Seattle in this one. They seem like they're primed for one of those upset wins. They're at home. Geno Smith, I can see this being one that he pulls out. This smells upset to me.
Yeah, I can see it.
But I wasn't brave enough to go ahead and pull the trigger on this one. But I really
wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
You have nothing to lose.
There you go. I have a lot to lose. You have nothing because to lose. I need my cause. I need my cause to get the funds. I'm only 3 games. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. And by you being Mr. Conservative, not being on the island for any games, I'll probably overtake everybody.
I don't need to make. But I've already built up a cushion for myself where I don't need to pick crazy.
That's a different competition. That's not this competition. Now we have the great Brianna. We have the great Christopher Davis. We have more competition now. You know what I mean? Yeah. This isn't just me playing pity pat with you, going easy on you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Now we got other people. Pick 'em Pros has grown. The brand, look at the gear. Look, we got retro. You know what I'm saying? We've been out so long, we've got retro designs now.
Like Jordan.
You know what I'm saying? That's right. I like that. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next one.
All right. Oh boy. Next one we got Patriots traveling to Buffalo to play the Bills. This one should be ugly. Yeah, we all got the Buffalo. Nothing should be said. Yeah. I feel bad for Drake, man. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even like UNC. I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, I mean, the guy playing quarterback for the Bills had 5 touchdowns on the Lions. I worry what he's going to do to that poor Patriots team. So, Josh Allen's probably go, get his numbers, and we're gonna, see a great blowout. So shout out to the Bills. But yeah, New England and us are in the same position. We're all like trying to get Travis Hunter. So let's see how it goes.
Agreed. Yep. Nothing else needs to be said on that one. Let's move on.
Ooh.
Yeah, next one. A Jag going to the Raiders, Las Vegas, and we all got the Jags in this one. But yeah, they actually have some solid players on their team. They got some solid receivers, decent running game, and the Raiders, I just don't really know about them. So yeah, we're just going with the Jags.
Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, Shedeur Sanders.
That's what we know about the Raiders. Yeah, they are tanking for real.
Yeah, tanking for a specific player.
Yep.
So yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where you got to do an eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and which one hurts your stomach a little less. So I'm gonna stick with the Jags. I believe that they're a better team with more talent, and again, the Raiders outside of Brock Bowers, they don't necessarily have anybody worth of note. So we go. Yeah, we can just skip past this one.
Sanders.
Yeah, let's skip past this one for sure. Yep, Jags. We got the Jags in a thriller. All right, last no-brainer.
We got Monday Night Thriller. Saints traveling to Lambeau to play the Packers. It should be pretty bad. Packers all day. They're at home. One of the last games before Christmas. The Saints just completely injured. Chris Olave out. Kamara's banged up. Derek Carr not starting. So yeah, definitely Green Bay.
Shout out to Green Bay. Shout out to Jordan Love during Toyota-thon. I don't know if you've seen those jokes, but he's weirdly balls out like during like this season where Toyota sells like cars really cheap, and all of a sudden he looks like he doesn't throw interceptions. It's actually like a weird statistical thing. But shout out to Jordan Love. He's doing his thing.
All right, doing his thing. Yeah, he got his money and he's balling. So shout out to him. All right, we'll see where the Packers fall in our NFC. Who's the best in NFC discussion? Okay, so those are our no-brainers. So we're going to touch on fantasy football, and then we're going to get into our island games in a minute. But let's touch on fantasy football. So Pick 'em Pros, we have our league. We are down to the final 4. Okay?
Final 4.
Get the hardware out here. We've gone ahead and picked this up. So, yes, check that out. Oh, man, look at that. That is a nice piece of hardware. Definitely looks like the Lombardi. I'm just going to see. I'm blocking Diego's hair. I'm going to put it here. You know what? I'll just hold it. I'll just do this.
Trying to block it?
Because you know what? I'm going to win it anyway. So I might as well just sit here and hold it like this. So
I keep receipts.
Keep all the receipts you want.
You better hit the Kobe pose. Watch.
Diego.
Jason Tatum.
Just a little history. So again, the final 4, you are in the final 4, and we're in opposite brackets. Okay, so we could possibly meet in the championship. So that would be interesting. But I'm playing David Cook. Okay, he's a great fantasy football player, and we made a huge trade that involved like Josh Allen, Connor, neighbors. It involved a lot of people. So we made a great trade, benefited both of us. So it's only fitting that we're playing each other in the semifinals. So David, looking forward to going against you this week, man. Can't wait for that showdown. And then Diego, you are going against Silas.
Oh, yeah.
So Silas represents Canada. Silas is a big supporter of Pick 'em Pros. Silas had the number 1 pick. And I believe he picked McCaffrey like most people did with the number 1 pick.
Nice.
But shout out to Silas. He clearly recovered from that and is here in the semifinals and is going against you. But our guy Silas has a special a special message for you. So let me go ahead and play this message. Got about a 45-second message for you, Diego, specifically. Let's pull this up here. One second.
Diego Thompson, I don't think you're ready for this. I don't think you're ready for the greatest team in this playoffs to destroy you, dismantle you, beat you by 100. And after that, after I dismantle Diego, it's on to the finals. I've never lost in the finals. I'm like Michael Jordan. I've never lost the finals. I've also never been to the finals. So it's time to win. Derek, David, after I beat Diego, you guys are going to watch out. I may be 5-7. But my team is ready. My team is battle tested. And my team is ready to win it all. I am taking home that trophy. Good luck to everyone out there. Good luck to Diego. Good luck to Derek. Good luck to David. You will need it.
All right. Thank you, Silas, for the message. Diego, do you care to respond to that?
As I said a few minutes ago, I keep receipts. I remember that I'm going to deliver a message to my team, and we're going to beat them. I got confidence in my team. Cooper Kupp, as long as he doesn't score 0 like he did last week, I think we're all right.
Okay. Well, hey, and shout out to you, man. You had a receiver in Cooper Kupp score 0 points, and you still managed to get by and make it to the semifinals. But again, man, every league that I've ever played in, I've won the title in that league. Okay, so that is a fact. So this is a brand new league. This is the first year of this league. So I have to. It is my right. I'm like,
I think it just like fate may fall this way because I have never won a fantasy football championship.
That's right.
So it would be fitting for it to be in the Pick'em Pro League. I just think that would work.
It would be pretty good. You want to hold this thing, but like I said, this is heavy. This is
man.
That's like the Lombardi for real.
You better hit the post.
You know what I mean? The Lombardi for real. Yeah.
The Kobe post. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. So, all right. Well,
Jason Tatum.
That's as close as you're gonna get to it. Otherwise, we'll just see it. You'll see it in my room and in my office. But you know what? Just like when we drafted before, I'll have it sitting next to me when we draft next year, and you'll get to see it, and you'll know what to aspire to. So, all right, that's enough of that. Just wanted to pause and talk about our fantasy league. So, hey, you guys got to get in it. Brianna, I know you'll be joining us in a little bit. You've got to get in on this with us. We'll expand the league so we can get you in. Chris, we'll have to get you in and expand the competition. But again, there were a lot of doubters. One other thing, Diego, did you say when I drafted my team, and you said what? Tell everybody what you said to me after the draft.
Didn't I say something like it was the worst team you ever picked?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. And
well, you're gonna lose, so I mean, I still stand by it. I mean, if you don't win, that's not gonna mean anything.
No. I've already proven the doubt is wrong. Already. Okay.
You haven't won anything.
All right. I basically have. All right. Well, let's man, are we ready to go on in and get to these island games? This is where we earn our money and raise money for good causes, and we're in a tight battle. We ready to get into these island games where we disagree?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah. Time to go to the island, man. Okay, let's go. So the first island game, I know my accent's perfect. I know it's spot on. The first island game, my man Chris, who's tied for the lead in the second season of Pick'em Pros here. We've got Miami is a 1.5 point favorite, but looks like you're going with the underdog, my man.
I'm picking San Francisco mostly because you got to do a morale thing. Like after the whole, I think it's because of the whole Dre Greenlaw situation and the whole thing with Devondre Campbell that it might inspire the team to show like, hey, we're performing as a united front. Because I feel like after last week and that loss, it like left a bad taste in everybody's mouth, and they definitely want to come out and give their best performances. Now, My concern is going to be like, is the locker room divided after that? But it didn't seem like anybody was in disagreement on how they felt about that situation. So I definitely feel like they want to put their best foot forward towards the end of the season. And yeah, I understand it's Miami and they're like at home, but I don't trust Mike McDaniel for some reason. Like after seeing them like almost come back versus the Texans, I don't think they got it. So I got San Francisco in this. I know Summer's cooking me right now, so this is not going to be great. But I got the Niners in this one.
Okay, all right. So that's what I was also laughing because my wife's comment about my accent. So it said it was an interesting blend. Summer, can you pull that back up? Why does my hubby's island accent sound like an African India blend? The Lord. Okay, I'm sorry about. Oh man. So where do we go from there? Diego.
The Dolphins. I just think the Niners, there's a lot of drama with them.
Yeah.
Debo, he's been, choking teammates and, been dropping passes, hasn't been playing that great.
Yep.
And then the Campbell stuff, that's not great either. And I just think the Dolphins, they're just trying to make a final push for the playoffs. And Tua's playing well. I just think they're going to try that final push.
Yeah, I agree. Chris, man, I think you're reaching on this one. You got that Tua Tyreek combo. They're at home. And
how well has that Tyreek combo been all year? Am I tripping? Because I ain't seen no Tyreek deep shot highlights all season. I'm not gonna lie.
Tyreek's had a wrist injury all year. He's been questionable every single game.
He's had a wrist injury like your boy Leggett.
All right.
At least he's had the wrist injury. He's still been balling. At least, not really, but he still had the wrist injury. But Leggett's just been.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's who we've got. And
seems to stop them from catching anything. So we'll see. We'll see.
But this should be a close game. This should be a close game. I think Miami being at home and having still somewhat being in the playoff picture. Think they'll pull it out, but this will probably be settled by a field goal. So we'll see what happens here. All right, let's go on to the next island game. Oh man, I feel so confident about this one. This is one where I am on an island. I love being on an island because this is where I gain ground. Okay, and you guys are set up just like last week with that Buffalo Bill Detroit game. You were set up there. You got caught up. It's like a magician. You know what I'm saying? He's putting his hands over here. You're looking over here. But he's diverting your attention. That's the same thing that's happening here with the Baltimore Ravens, right? The Tomlin does not lose 2 games in a row. All right. They've got hard knocks following them. There's no way he's going to lose this game. This is the perfect game. When they're the underdog, this is the game that they win. When nobody thinks they're going to win and they go in there, this is the game they're going to win. Russell Wilson's going to cook. And that defense of Pittsburgh, they know Lamar Jackson inside and out. So he will struggle mightily against this defense. That'll be the difference. I'm going to put a little something on this one and have a very Merry Christmas. Okay. Yes.
Take it first, my guy.
Did you not know that TJ Watt is questioned? He has a high ankle sprain.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, he's actually probably going to play, he said. But still, he's going to be very limited.
Okay. So see, some people can play with an ankle injury.
But they also have their best wide receiver.
And George Pickens is out too. He's got a hammy. He's out.
Okay.
So they're two of their best players are out. Russell's top target's out. Best player is out. Actually, Lamar is bad against the Steelers. I'm not going to.
Yes, he is.
He is. But they need this, and they just need it in their home. And I just think that he's got to win it.
I feel like for this game, just for Lamar's just whole narratives for this year, he's got to win at least one of these big games because. Again, how they played against the Steelers previously was already very alarming because they were like high-flying offense. Lamar's back, MVP Lamar. Yep. And then we get to the Steelers game and they completely forget how to play football for the first 3 quarters. Yes. So somehow, some way, I feel like this might be a turn of fortunes for them and they lock in and be the Super Bowl contending team that we've seen. And because I'm only picking the Ravens because I was very concerned on how that Steelers offense looked without George Pickens last week. So that's my only caveat. And, I could be wrong. And yet again, the Ravens can completely forget how to play football versus the Steelers and they somehow lose by a game-winning field goal, which I wouldn't be surprised by. But that's the thing. I'm trepidatiously picking the Ravens. That's my real take. Like I wouldn't be. I'm not as bad as what your next take is going to be. But this one right here, I'm kind of like, yeah, we go see.
Oh yes. Okay, all right. Well, let's move on to the next island game. I'm on the island for one more here. Okay, this one is the Arizona Cardinals are traveling. They're coming here to Carolina. Man, I bet they got some really good price tickets for this game. In Charlotte, to play the Panthers. The Cardinals are only a 4-point favorite. And this, again, is a total setup game. Just like that Panthers-Cowboy game was a setup game because everyone was high on the Panthers because they had those close losses and they were coming home and the Cowboys weren't looking good. They're having an off season. So everybody was on the Panther bandwagon all of a sudden, although they were trashing them earlier in the season. Now it's the opposite. Now, oh no, Panthers are awful again. They're tanking. Cardinals are still in it. And this is the perfect setup trap game. Bryce will look as good as he has ever looked in this game. And the Panthers are going to get a victory. And you two guys, I am very disappointed in you two. Up here, Panther, we got all this Panther paraphernalia here. You're wearing the Panther-themed hoodies. And now, ye of little faith. What happened to you guys?
You think you're Shakespeare?
What happened to you guys? I am so disappointed.
Man, see, I believe in Bryce, but I don't know about the whole team. Xavier Legette has made me lose a lot of hope in our offense. It's very sad. But yeah, I just can't. I also part of me wants us to tank to get Travis Hunter. But yeah, I just can't pick this right now. The Cardinals are hungry and we have nothing to play for. So Bryce has already put his good tape out, so he's good. It's just about everyone else.
I mean, I just don't want us to lose competitively again. Plus, they are a team with playoff expectations. Listen. It's very bad for you to say, "Oh, you want your team to lose so you can get the best player available." However,
very bad.
However, I don't know if you've seen how Travis Hunter plays football. Like, listen, we need a wide receiver and we need a defensive back. So let's just let's figure it out.
My God, if you're gonna tank, then tank. Go ahead and tank and get Shador.
We already suck. Why do we need
go all the way with it.
Whoa.
Go all the way with it.
Hold on.
Nobody wants Shador.
We are good. We are good. I saw Bryce almost take down the Eagles with a 99 go. If Xavier Legette doesn't have Butterfingers, Bryce Young has one of the greatest drives we've probably seen in
NFL history that I've ever seen in my life. The same.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I saw that third quarter throw out the end zone. That gave me hope. That gave me faith. I'm cool. I'm good.
Oh man,
that bought him an extra year for me. He good. He good.
Well, we are going to bring in Brianna from Arizona, to come in and shed some light on this game, and then we'll go to her island game. So let's go ahead, put your hands together, and let's bring in Miss Brianna. What's going on?
Hi.
All right. So you represent, although you represent a couple of teams here, but definitely one that you rep. They're playing the big bad Carolina Panthers. We're in Carolina. I'm feeling all the energy from this game. I am on the island. I've got to get back in it. You seem. Do you disagree with me or do you agree with me?
I have the Cardinals winning, so I definitely disagree.
Okay. Well, why do you have the Cardinals winning?
Well, what Chris said, it's not a competitive game. The Cardinals are way better than the Panthers.
You gotta say it like that, but God, dog.
Shots fired.
Yeah. But lately the offense with Kyler Murray, he's been doing really well, which is kind of surprising because he's not the best. And the Panthers, they struggle in their offense. They're not very consistent with it, as the Cardinals have been lately. And I think that Kyler is going to go off with Marvin Harrison Jr. and they're going to play really well.
Okay. All right.
And the Panthers.
And all the oh man, and see that's the national narrative. But you know what? That's okay, because Bree, this is a perfect segue to you. It's just that you're not as familiar with Carolina, so we've got to get you out here, okay? And I think your feelings might change a little bit because nationally, people are down on the Carolina Panthers. So we're gonna get you down here for our show at Kings. All right, our Super Bowl show the night before, Saturday at Kings, February 8th. So we can't wait to have you here for that.
Yes,
and yeah. So once you get here, you may start to change a little bit, but
we'll see.
all right. Cool. All right. Well, Bree, you are on the island for a game. Let's go ahead and go to that one. You and I are tied, so we got to chase these guys down. We're 3 games back, but we still have time the rest of this week and next week to chase them down. So we've got the Tampa Bay Bucks traveling to Dallas. Tampa is a 4-point favorite, and we all have Tampa, but you're on the island on this one with the Dallas Cowboys. Why do you have the Cowboys?
Well, they're pretty similar teams when they play. They definitely both struggle with their rushing. They're not very consistent with rushing, both of them, so I think it will be a challenging game. And they both rely on their offensive, people that are really good, like CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, and the Bucks definitely rely on Mike Evans and Chris Goodwin. So I think with that, it's going to be a good game, and they're really similar. So I think with those aspects, I think the Cowboys will come out and do really well, like they should be.
Okay, all right. And hey, now nobody picked, or very few people, I should say, picked the Cowboys last week. They won that game.
Very few.
Parsons is back. The defense is playing better. They're getting some people back. So, and they are at home. This is what, the Sunday night game, I believe. So it's another Jerry Jones special primetime game. So,
real quick,
not everybody.
What's the Cowboys' home record, and have we seen how they played at home versus very good teams? Let's see. Blown out by the Texans, blown out by the Ravens, blown out by the Packers last year in the playoff, blown out by a good chunk of teams in this in Jerry world this year.
The Bengals game was close.
Oh, it was close. Okay. Versus the Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals game was close.
Every other game though, it's not been great for them. I am so sorry.
Right.
Listen, they're at home. I'm not. I don't know. It's a weird year for them at home. Like last year was like, oh, they're world beaters at home. Right now, it's looking a little dark for a place that has very blinding lights. Weirdly enough, it's kind of annoying.
Bring the CD.
What are you thinking, Diego?
Yeah, the Bucks running. I think the Bucks running game is a little more reliable than Dallas's, because they got Bucky Irving. He's had some good games, and they still got the other running back. I forgot his name, but at least they got Bucky Irving.
Okay.
So yeah, I believe their running game and their passing game is a little more reliable.
Believe in them. Okay. All right. Well, hey, this is where we separate ourselves, Bree. So you're on the island for that one. I'm on the island with the Steelers, and we're gonna see where this shakes out. We'll be back next week for the finale of the regular season as far as picking, and we'll see where things shake out and see whose cause will benefit from this showdown that we've got here. All right. Well, let's move on to our next topic. We are going to talk about the top team in the NFC. So we've got a number of teams here. Chris, you're looking perplexed. There's something odd on the screen here.
No, there's a big old polar bear in Texas. I'm just saying, what is going on with not with the Rams? Okay, Packers fine, but.
And what about Darnold?
Yeah, what about Darnold and the Vikings? Like, we're missing a couple people.
You want us to put the whole NFC on the screen? I'm not saying
put the whole NFC. I'm just saying we could have put one team over.
Put the teams that are actually in the playoff picture on there. The Rams aren't even in the playoff picture.
Yes. Yeah, but everybody knows how dangerous the Rams are. Do you want to face the Rams?
I don't want to face the Rams, but at least put someone else in the playoff picture.
The Rams just beat the Buffalo Bills. Okay. All right, let's remember that.
They let Jaden Daniels get in the
playoff picture. No, Mr. Lucky Hail Mary, no way. All right, so Bree, give us your take. You see, we're clearly in rare form today. So the NFC, there's a lot of teams. Again, Detroit's been running away with it. They, had one loss for a while. Now just took another L. The injuries are piling up. We weren't concerned at first, but now I think the concern is starting to rise. Who would you say right now is the top team in the NFC?
Yeah, so I always love my Lions. They're in my heart always.
Yep.
So I think they're definitely second right now, just because of all the injuries they have and losing to the Bills and an onside kick also by Dan Campbell. Not a good idea or plan by him.
Yeah.
Kind of mad at him, but so I think I would have to say the Eagles are the best right now. I feel like they have the best stats right now. Jalen Hurts is amazing. He has over 2,000 passing yards right now. Barkley, I mean, he has over 1,000 yards also. So I feel like their whole team combined just makes it really well for them to perform and go out there and win every time. So it's the times that they won.
A lot of people are saying the Eagles are very balanced. So you can make a strong case that they're the most balanced team. So definitely not mad at that selection there. Where would you have? Did you say you'd have the Lions second right now, and then the Eagles first? Okay, all right, okay. Diego, who's top team in the NFC right now?
I still believe in Detroit after all the injuries. I still believe in them. I just believe they got the juice. They're just locked in, right? They had that loss. Teams that are 15-1, 16-1 now, 17 games. Teams that are 16-1 scare me a little bit because of the Panthers, how they lost. So I don't like that number. That got at least 2 losses, at least 2 or 3 losses. So that makes me more comfortable with them. So
I do not.
That actually makes me more confident.
I do not believe that at all. You are just trying to kiss up to the family in Detroit. It is.
I'm giving them hope.
It is.
I'm giving them hope because every team I picked to win the Super Bowl wins it. Like I'm undefeated in that category. Okay, so I'm just trying to help the family out.
But it's been 3. Okay, so it's not like you've picked 40.
Yeah,
all right?
How many have you got right? If you got one right.
Over the course of my life, I've gotten more right than you.
Over the course of Pick'em Pros.
That doesn't matter. That's not what we're talking about right now. See, you're changing the narrative. You're moving the goalposts. Moving the goalpost. So no, but it's Christmas time. I think you're trying to kiss up, make sure you get some Christmas presents. So I don't know if you really believe that. All right. Chris.
All right.
Who's number 1?
Number 1, I have the Philadelphia Eagles, mostly because they're peaking at the right time. And I don't like all the whole locker room controversy. Oh, AJ Brown doesn't mess with Jalen Hurts. He's not getting the ball. I completely get that. However, we just saw last week at least for the first time in forever, they won a game throwing the ball with Saquon not necessarily playing at his absolute best. So that's the thing that they had to show me. Can you win a different way versus a very good team? Because again, this has been a Saquon and our defense showing up at Jalen Hurts, tush push here, big third down conversion there, but it hasn't been Jalen Hurts really dominating the whole game. So actually actively seeing that gives me more hope in them, because I'm not going to lie, Detroit's defense looks like food regardless of how good that offense has been.
Yeah.
The fact that it's been like they got 31 put up on them by the Packers and then 48 by the Bills. I'm very concerned about their defense. Yeah. And then I would say a tie for second would be the Vikings and the Lions, because the Vikings defense has played very well. Now, again, Minnesota sports curse aside, that's the only thing that I feel like could stop the Vikings from like all their potential, because again, Sam Darnold is having an all-time great Cinderella story. Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison are playing at their best, and that defense shows up to play every single time. So I think that if Detroit doesn't get a favorable path, they have to play either the Vikings or the Packers, like in the round, because if they get the 1 seed, it's gonna get a little rough because of the familiarity and how close those games have already been between those 2 teams.
Okay. Good take. Diego, you have something else you were gonna add?
The Vikings are not in the same category as the Lions. So
they really have the same record. What do you mean?
They do have the same record. They do have the same record. And I believe you said they face off
week 18 for the division is most likely going to happen. So we're going to see.
We will definitely see. I've got to give mine. So none of you guys have said this, but again, as usual, I see beyond just like I told y'all about the Bills. I saw it weeks in advance. let me tell you guys, and you guys can get on board this train later. It's the Green Bay Packers.
Oh.
And I don't know how y'all don't see it's the Green, and it's just clear. They're balanced. Jordan Love is balling out. My goodness, they're like a 14-point favorite.
They lost
this
to
week.
both the Eagles and the Lions.
But
so
that,
it's not like they had
that was earlier.
win.
That was earlier in the season. They have gotten better, and the Lions have gotten worse.
They just
Trust
played
me,
the Lions.
You'll see. Check with me.
They
check
just
with me in a couple weeks. In a couple weeks. Yeah. Yep. So
yeah, I'm leaving you alone on that because that's Mr. Interception waiting to happen. I'm sorry. I'm just waiting for the other shooter drop with him, and then
now I will say Detroit. If Detroit can get healthy, they can overtake. So this is snapshot. This is a moment in time.
They
all right.
are.
So if they get a little healthier, Detroit can come back and overtake. They can still win the Super Bowl. But this is right now. Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers. All right, Bree. Well, Bree, we love having you on. We're so excited to have you here for the Super Bowl. So that's going to be fun. I know we're going to have you at King. So we'll be in front of a live audience. And then we'll also do a little something here in the studio. So can't wait to see you then and show you some Southern hospitality here in Carolina. Show you how we do it.
Perfect. I can't wait. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
Okay. All right. That is Brianna. So, man, you guys ready to talk about a little bit of NBA here?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's get into some NBA. And then we've got Brandon joining us at the end to school us on the college football playoffs. So when we first put our agenda out there, Brandon got us straight and said, oh, man, you're not going to talk about the college football playoffs? I said, oh, yeah, we definitely need to talk about that. And he's very efficient in that. So we'll have him come on and school us on that a little bit. But, man, it's our weekly Laker Chris check-in time, man. LeBron and the Lakers. So
Bronny.
Man, and Bronny, yes.
He's in the G League, y'all. What are we doing?
I think they just moved him back up.
Yeah, that's
he
probably
scored 30.
Yes, he scored 30. He scored 30. That's probably part of the problem, is that they don't have Bronny. They started off hot. We look at they started off very hot. Sent him down to the G League, and they have not been the same ever since.
So what is this, the Thanasis effect? What are we doing? What are we doing? It's like, hey, we need a morale boost? Like, no.
He's the morale boost.
Listen.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to just be completely real about this team. It's either we look like world beaters and we look like we're the best team in the West, or we look completely inept and we don't know how to play basketball. Plus, LeBron taking his time away, everybody was kind of in a panic about that. Like, is he okay? What's going on with him? I'm like, I feel like, the wheels are starting to come off. Like, I'm not saying the retirement tour is starting, but I will say next year, it definitely looks like this is going to be over. So the one thing that it sucks to be in the NBA, and I've said this before in our season preview, the worst thing to be in the NBA is in the middle. You either need to be contending or you need to be tanking so you can get good players. And we have been perpetually in the middle since the 2020 championship. So my best guess is we're going to make it. We're probably going to be a playing team, win the playing game, probably get dusted by either the one really good young team or by the Nuggets if we ever play them again, because we can definitely never beat the Nuggets for some reason.
They got something real nice waiting for you.
Yeah. Every time.
Jokic.
Oh no, I've never respected a player more than Nikola Jokic, because I used to be like, how is he this good? And then I saw him play the Lakers. I was like, you know what? You got it, bro. Like Jokic is different. So I think that it's about quitting time with this team. JJ is still gonna have his job. He's been a great coach. But we kind of gotta, I'm about to say start the retirement tour, but let's, have the fond memories, have the Bronny to LeBron lob. Next year, start the retirement tour so we can take everybody out to pasture. We can just start rebuilding, because I can't watch this team sometimes. It's frustrating.
Yeah, it's been a little frustrating. Anything to add, Diego? We're gonna leave it there.
Yeah, they actually have had 2 back-to-back wins against the Kings and the Grizzlies.
Ooh, okay.
So that was good. Grizzlies are up there, one of the best teams. So you don't write them off just yet. They're on a little hot streak.
Is LeBron looking better since coming back from the break?
I believe so, but it's I'm getting more concerned, because that 10-point game scared me. I was like, this is this is not looking great. And hopefully whatever he needed to do or get fixed, he sorted that away so we could. I don't know. I don't know. With this, I feel like we're going to be again another middle of the pack team in the West, and we're going to lose to a really good young team in the playoffs. So we'll see.
All right. Well, we'll leave it there. I'm sure we'll come back and touch on them pretty soon. Are they playing Christmas?
Yes, we play the Warriors on Christmas.
Gotta have because
Lakers
Warriors. Oh,
yeah, it's LeBron and Steph on Christmas.
Olympic showdown.
Yes, the old man bowl with that one. Okay, all right. Is Steph Curry or Draymond going to score in that game? Because they didn't get a field goal in the last game.
No, we'll see.
Okay, all right. We'll see if somebody can score in that game. All right. Well, let's move on to our last NBA topic here. Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Buckets. Is it time to move on? So he's been coasting through the regular season for several years now, and Pat Riley and the Heat did not re-sign him. Now it's controversy on if he did or did not put a list of teams out there that he'd like to play for, and I think some of those teams are with the Spurs, the Rockets, Mavs, Suns, Golden State. So do you think he's going to leave, or do you think he'll be traded? And where do you think he'll end up?
It sounds like he wants to go to the West.
Yeah.
All those teams in the West. But I think he should go to the Warriors. I just think he'd be a good fit and fit with everyone. Just give us some star power too. Like give us someone else that can help Steph at least towards playoff or end of season time.
Okay.
That's really all I got to say on him.
All right.
All right. I'm not gonna get on a soapbox or diatribe. Just understand that Jimmy Butler ticks me off because how are you an 8th seed in the West? Not in the West, in the East, repeatedly, right? Repeatedly in the play-in, and all of a sudden you turn into Superman in the playoffs. It is very frustrating. And now him wanting out. Okay, let's hope you go to a good team and hope that you could turn on the Jimmy Butler playoff superpowers when you get to that team.
Yeah.
I hope he goes to Golden State just because I want to see Steph, have another good co-star. But it's he frustrates me every single time because seeing him play up to his potential and him look like a top 10 player
He's amazing
in the playoffs, but then during the regular season you hardly hear him make any noise, and they're always scrapping and fighting. I feel bad for Miami because it's like, dude, if you just play up to your potential in the East, we could at least be a top 5, top 4 seed.
Yeah.
But that's the one crux and caveat I have with him, and he can't do that in the West because you have a couple of bad games, and then all of a sudden you in the 10th seed. So hopefully, he gets a new change of scenery. He gets with a team that has the competitive fire that he has, because I do respect how competitive he is, how hard he works.
Yeah.
But I don't like how it seems like he coasts in the regular season. So we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely. Yeah, he definitely coasts. I wouldn't mind seeing him on any of these teams. If I had to pick, I'd say Phoenix, just because that would be the most interesting sideshow of KD and all that.
Team, man.
So I would just like to
go.
see that for the entertainment standpoint. That would be interesting. So hey, maybe we can
another mid-range guy.
Yeah, another mid-range guy. We can recreate the Brooklyn Nets. So
I remember what happened with that Brooklyn Nets team. That was not great. Not great at all.
Not at all. Not at all. All right. Well, let's move on to our last topic. We are going to talk about the college football playoffs here in a minute. We're almost at time, so we just have about 2-3 minutes left. But we've got to bring on our main man, Brandon Bean, who's been commenting throughout the show. We've got to talk about the college playoffs. So let's bring in our guy from Texas. What's going on, big dog? Hold on, Brandon. I think you're on mute, my man. There we go.
Okay, is that better?
Hey, oh yeah, yes, we can hear you. How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Good. Yes. So Brandon, man, we were into the college football playoffs. Got 2 main questions for you, and then we're going to go around the room here. But 2 main questions are: 1, is 12 teams too many? And number 2, who's going to win the championship? So those are our 2 main questions going around. So we'll start with you, my man.
I have Oregon winning the national championship, and 12, I think 12 is good enough. It kind of I mean, it was like it gives you balance. I think it balances out, spreads out all the contenders out to where like it makes it like harder for, makes it fair. It makes it harder for the actual contender teams to actually like to win more than just one game and oh, you're in the national championship game. Now it's like, okay, you have to win at least 2 games, maybe 3, depending on what seed you're in to get to the national championship. So it's like now like you're in the it kind of mirrors the NFL playoffs a little bit where it's like you win one game and you're out. So like the first round is I think on campus, and then after that is just neutral site. So it's a unique format this year, and like this is the first time that it's not like a no brainer. It's like it's a pick 'em.
That's true. It is definitely.
So that's a good thing about it, that it's no like foregone conclusion. Now we could just go out there and see who the best team is and like enjoy this ride for years to come. It's like this is probably gonna be. It was the best way to do it since like this is the best version of parity in college football since like 06, 07. So I'm happy they do it. Like I'm hoping that this is like it stays permanent and they don't add more teams.
Yeah, I definitely hope they don't add more. All right, okay, take it. So you like 12 teams, think it's perfect where it is, and you have Oregon winning. So Diego, 12 teams, is it too many? And who do you have winning?
I think 12 teams is good. 4 teams is definitely too little because like you had some teams that would win a conference championship and still not make it in. So I think it was like kind of weird. And then the contending teams only have to win one game and be in the conference championship. So that whole format, I think that was too little. But I think 12, it gives the harder teams a road, and it's also not like too many as like an overload.
Okay.
So, but I got Oregon winning. Oregon. That's my team. That's my college football team.
Really?
It's been my team for a few years actually. So just because of the number 1 seed, people don't think I'm a bandwagon. Real ones know that I'm a day 1 Oregon football fan. My friends know. Everyone knows.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going with Dylan Gabriel in Oregon.
Okay. Yeah,
he's keeping receipts from not winning the Heisman. Also, should have won.
All right. Threw a lot in there, Diego. Okay, all right. I believe you have a backup team too, because in typical Diego style, you have an honorable
SMU's
mention.
my backup team. I like SMU,
of course.
So yeah, I'm riding with them as my backup.
Okay. All right. What about you, Chris?
Wait, did you seriously say that Dylan Gabriel should have won the Heisman?
I was kind of trolling.
You had to be. Okay, cool.
Ashton Genty should have won. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not even gonna argue with that because I did want Genty to win because he did have a great season, but shout out to Travis. Anyway, I think that 12 teams is perfect. As a fan of SEC teams, I've seen how much parity there was. It kind of see teams kind of cannibalize themselves like towards the end of the season. And there was so much debate about like who's going in, who's going to do this. And it made every game more interesting, especially in the SEC realm. I'm not picking an SEC team to win it though, because again, Georgia's without Carson Beck and I don't trust Texas. So I'm picking Oregon in this one. And it sucks because again, growing up in the South, like going to high school and watching Georgia play, like I've developed an SEC bias, so I definitely want a team from that conference to win. But I don't think it's our year this year because of the injury to Carson Beck. So I definitely have Oregon winning this.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I would say, you know what? I thought it was too many at first, but you guys have convinced me. You guys have changed my mind. I was prepared to say that it was too many and that it needed to be 8. But, I wasn't losing my mind over it. And the fact that, you guys, it's Christmas time and you guys seem to be so excited about it. So if you like it, I love it. So 12 teams it is. That's good. I'm fine with it. As far as who's going to win the championship, as this is, again, clear. I'm seeing the owl instincts. I'm seeing it way far out in advance. Georgia. Georgia's gonna win the championship. I don't know why y'all looking perplexed.
They don't have their starting quarterback. That was the only thing that stopped me from picking Georgia.
You didn't know that.
They don't.
I may or may not have known that, but it doesn't matter. I'm sticking with it.
Late now.
All right, go Dogs, I guess.
I'm sticking with Georgia. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put maybe $5 on it. Yeah. So I'm going with Georgia,
$5.
And
for $1.
we got it. We got it. So there we go.
That's all you got.
So let's go Dogs. All right, here we go. Cool. Well, Brandon, my man. Hold on. Let me adjust the camera here. Hey, and Brandon, Merry Christmas to you, man. Love engaging with you. Really appreciate it. You got a little something coming your way, as we talked about before. So keep an eye out on the mail. Got some gear coming your way, man. And we can't wait to talk to you as we continue to go through these seasons here in the playoffs. So we'll see if you're right on Oregon, my man.
All right, man.
All right. And hey, we got this fantasy. Brandon, you've been doing your thing. Hold on. I'd be remiss if I didn't bring this back out again. Hey, you were at the top all year long. So I know you're gonna get one of these days. So you had a heck of a team. And I know you're gonna be towards the top all the time. So you're one of the best sports minds in the Pick'em Pro community. So Diego got lucky to get by you, but don't worry about it. We're gonna finish them off for you. So don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right, my man. We'll see you, Brandon.
All
right, guys. Well, hey, it's about our time to get on out of here. Another show in the books. Episode 120. Enjoy doing this with you guys. Have a great Christmas, everybody out there. Have a fantastic Christmas. Have a happy New Year, although we will see you before New Year. So the next show will be more New Year themed. We'll be going into week 17, and we'll be going into the final week of our new competition here to see who's going to have their cause supported as a result of this 4-week Pick'em challenge. So you guys have a little lead now, but don't worry about it. We're going to chase you down. So don't get too comfortable.
All right, we're gonna see. We're gonna see for sure.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, Bree, thanks for joining us. Brandon, thanks for joining us. Thank you, Silas, for that message. We'll see y'all later. Until then, we're gonna sign out like we always do, and give us our Pick'em Pros. All right. Y'all ready? All right. Pick'em Pros.
Pick'em Pros.
Later. We'll see you next week, 7 p.m. Fridays. Love y'all. Merry Christmas. All right.
Jordan.